Welcome back, Savannah. Are you guys ready for this? Here we go, guys. Behold the world's largest architectural scale model. Welcome on in Savannah, ABX girl Brian, Melly Pell, Sarge Tech, welcome back. Let's take in one of my favorite things ever. Good to see you, MN, good morning. Welcome to the Panorama of New York City. Oh, here comes the group. This is landmarked, this Dutch. This is landmarked. This is a landmark. All right, you're more than welcome there, Savannah. Good to see you, Maria. And good to see you, Shayla. Reminds you of the Peter Pan ride, right? Yeah, only the details way more impressive. Let's zoom in. Good to see you, Smee. So this is Upper Manhattan, the Cloisters and Fort Tryon Park, Inwood, Washington Heights, right about here. This is the George Washington Bridge. Harlem, Morningside Heights, Central Park, Upper West, Upper East Side. Of course, New Jersey, not in the model. Nothing outside of the five boroughs is in this model here. Me too, Brian. Me too. We're gonna take this in. We're gonna hang out here for a little bit. So we're gonna really take this in and drink this up. Good to see you, sunshine after the rain. Welcome back. And in the model, we are right up there. Let's zoom on into where we're at. There we are. Right up there in the center of the screen is the Queens Museum. Saw this on Netflix, yeah. So for every 100 feet in real life, it's 1 inch on the model. And this was a simulated helicopter ride when this debuted in the '64 fair. But to this day, this is still the largest architectural scale model. Shanghai has a similar model, but nothing to this scale and nothing to this detail. Good to see you there, Tracy. Oh yes, I could stare at this thing for hours and never get bored. And every time I come in here, I can still see my 11, 12-year-old self coming in here for the first time and just being in awe of this. So you want to see Empire State Building? You got it. Here it is. Empire State Building right there. Good to see you, Viking. There's the Empire State Building. So it took a team of over 300 people some 3 years to make this. A lot of the original buildings are made with a kind of like a wood, like a balsa wood, but some of the newer models are made of are 3D prints. You can see the Flatiron building to the right-hand side of the screen right there. Good to see you, Dave. So that little park right there, that's Madison Square Park, right there. And then let's look down towards, let's do it. This is as close to Times Square as you got to get for me today. There's right there, there's 30 Rock. There's Rockefeller Plaza. right there. Worldwide Plaza, right there. Worldwide Plaza, for some reason, has a building. Like those two buildings behind Worldwide Plaza, those are not accurate. These are all real buildings, Colette. There's Billionaires Row. Billionaires Row is not very accurate. Oh, there's a new updated building right there in the middle of the screen. Where's Godzilla? Yeah. Oh, it's getting dark, everyone. It's getting dark. It's getting dark, ladies and gentlemen. The sun is going down here in New York City, where the Twin Towers still reign supreme. Everyone, it is nighttime. The sun is beginning to set. Look at this, everyone. This is when the model gets exciting. This is when the model gets exciting. Because look, oh, you see it changing colors, everyone? Oh, the sun is going down. Oh yeah, absolutely, Sarge. There it goes. The lights of the city are beginning to turn on. As the sun goes down here in simulated New York, down goes the sun. Down goes the sun. Down goes the sun. I remember the first time I saw this transition from day into night, and I was so blown away by it. Oh, we got a plane coming in for a landing. How about that? We got a plane coming in for a landing at LaGuardia. And now it's going to take off. You heard of this, but it's more impressive than you thought. You're more than welcome. Ooh, the sun is setting. I will show you JFK in a few moments. So right now, the way the model is updated is individual buildings will be updated in the building. The last time the entire model was updated was in 2004. And the Twin Towers are going to stay on the model until the entire new World Trade Center complex is completed. The buildings that are up right now, the World Trade Center complex, they have already been printed out. And they're thinking about making a display for the original Twin Tower models. I know, this gives you a tiny little taste of what the '64 fair was like. Gives you a tiny little taste. But the new Yankee Stadium is on the model. The new Citi Field is on the model. But a lot of buildings here in Billionaires Row are not here. A lot of new buildings in Midtown aren't really here. Now we got a little bit of moonlight. The city under moonlight right now. Yeah, the old school view, yeah. Yeah, so the Twin Towers the Twin Towers will be here on display permanently, but when the whole complex is complete, they'll then add it back to the new one back to the model. As the sun comes up, here in New York. Let's see how many days, let's see how many virtual days we spend in here today. You're more than welcome, sunshine after the rain. So we're in the Queens Museum in Flushing Meadows, Corona Park, which is right up there. And you want to see Statue of Liberty? We're like directly over the Statue of Liberty. So there's our statue. Let's zoom in on her. So remember, for every 100 feet in real life is an inch on the model. So the Statue of Liberty is about 3 inches. Oh, there we go. Yep, there was. I was just looking at Times Square. I'll go back to it. But there's Times Square. Where was I yesterday? Yesterday we were in Prospect Park yesterday. And I'll show you where that is. Come on, phone. This model is amazing. Hold on, guys. There we go. So yesterday we were here in Prospect Park, and then the day before we were in Central Park, which is here, and today we're in Flushing Meadows, Corona Park, which is up there. Exactly, she stands for what America is supposed to be. That's right. But here's Times Square. Here's your Times Square for everyone who wants to see it. Doing great, Ronald. So there's the library. And then there is, let's zoom all the way in so we can see it. So 1515 Broadway is on the model. The Marriott Marquis is on the model. But there is Times Square right there. Right in the middle of the screen, right there. Times Square. I feel like Hong or something like that, yeah. Whoops. Whitestone Throgs Neck Bridges, right over there. And then this is the RFK Triborough Bridge, the Hellgate Bridge, right there. This is the Queensboro 59th Street Bridge, or the Ed Koch Queensboro 59th Street Bridge. And then there is the George Washington Bridge. Is the Brooklyn Bridge longer than the Whitestone? No, Whitestone is longer than the Brooklyn. And then Statue of Liberty, right over here at just 3 inches tall. And then, you want to see the Cloisters again? Cloisters are right up here. Cloisters are uptown here at Inwood. Here are the Cloisters. There's a few other people in here. There's maybe like about 5 or 6 people in here right now. So here are the Cloisters and Fort Tryon Park. And this is a place I want to live stream in the near future. There we go. So when this was first unveiled for the '64 fair, Robert Moses did have final veto power on the model. So the people who were making the model were, needless to say, very nervous because they wanted to do a perfect job. There's Yankee Stadium right there and the Harlem River. Ooh, a little building fell over there. Look at that. Uh-oh. They got to do some repair. Yep, Fort Tryon Park. There it is. The Gimble's having issues looking down because the Gimble never looks down in this way here. I have the Gimble hanging over the edge here. And we got to go to Fort Tryon Park and stream from there because it's beautiful over there. It must be the winds, yeah. So Flatbush, that's Brooklyn. Flatbush is way over there is Flatbush. That's Coney Island off in the distance. That's Coney Island way up there. And we just were at Bryant Park. I was just showing you guys Bryant Park. There's Bryant Park, right there. There is Bryant Park and the New York Public Library. Yeah, some buildings are in the shape of the letter H. Like there are apartment buildings that are actually labeled. How's Astoria, Queens? Let me show you. It's right over here. We gotta go. There's Roosevelt Island. And here is Astoria, Queens. Right there. There's Astoria, and then here's the bridge. Here's the Queensboro Bridge. So Queensboro Bridge, the Queensboro houses, Ravenswood, and then Astoria up in this direction here. As the camera doesn't want to focus. Sometimes the lights, sometimes the lights play havoc with the camera focusing. Yeah, you can really see the grid. Yeah, you saw a woman taking a shower, John, Joe. I'm surprised more people don't live stream this. I really am. Like I know Ariel streamed from here, but I don't know if Action Kid has streamed from here. And all the other streamers, I don't know if any of them have ever came in. It looks very clear, Selena. But this is a simulation as if we were flying like 20,000 feet above the city. So that's Battery Park and Castle Clinton, Brooklyn Bridge, Manhattan Bridge, Williamsburg Bridge. So this is the East River right here. So City Hall is very, very tiny. So you're gonna have to look close, but let's zoom in on City Hall. And there it is. You could just see it. There it is. There's City Hall right there. City Hall and the Tweed Courthouse and the municipal building. The municipal building seems to be losing it lost its top. The municipal building's lost its top. Where is the Bronx? Let me show you. So Manhattan, Brooklyn, this is Queens, and the Bronx is right here. That's the Bronx. Right, One Police Plaza right down there also. Maria, me too, Maria. Me too, Maria. It is kind of amazing how big the city is. Yards is still a rail yard on this model. It's right here. Here is Hudson Yards. Let's actually follow the High Line here. Let me show you. The High Line is here on the model. Obviously, it's not a park in the model here, but let's go down the High Line. So right here, you can see the Javits Center to the left. But now, this is Hudson Yards. So this part of Hudson Yards is developed. This is where the vessel is and the shed and all those other buildings. This part of the yards is still exposed. So then the High Line is right there. Let's follow the High Line all the way down. Look at that. You see how the High Line just slinks between all the buildings? And then it ends right there where that green light is. As the camera did a big adjustment right there. Yeah, the vessel doesn't exist yet. You see all the old piers that are still here too. You're more than welcome, Maria. But these are all the old piers. Like a lot of these piers don't exist anymore. This pier still does exist though. Is at 42nd Street. So let's look at the Chrysler building. So there's the Chrysler building. And then we keep on going down 42nd. And if you look really close, in the center of the screen, you could see the Pan Am building, but you could see the Grand Central is right in the middle of that shot. Your vertigo is kicking in, Stephen? The sun is beginning to go down once again here in the model. That we are flying, yeah. There you go, Prometheus. Yeah, they got to add Vanderbilt. So the older buildings, and Savannah, I'm not allowed to stream in the rest of the museum. This is the only place where photography is allowed, is inside the Panorama. So I'm not allowed. I wish I could show you the other exhibits. I could show you one other exhibit, and that's going to be our bonus. We're going to go into visible storage, and I'll show you the model of the '64 fair. But I'm not allowed to live stream in the rest of the galleries. Right? The Pan Am building's down the MetLife building. Good to see you, Lake Nona. So this has been added recently. This is Brooklyn Bridge Park right there. And then yesterday we were up there. So the museum right now, Din Din, is free. The museum is free for everyone. All you have to do is go online and get yourself a timed ticket. See? So you don't have to walk so much. Exactly, Nicholas, exactly. I know, so much to see here. We're just starting here. Yeah, and there's more Starbucks in this very shot. How cool is this, guys? How cool is that? So you see all the parks are fluorescent colors. This model was really built to show off all the different housing developments that were built during the Robert Moses era. So to all the works projects Robert Moses made. Never saw the city display like this before. Yeah, it's pretty cool, Phyllis. Let's see, am I in yeah, I'm in 1X. I could stare at this thing. Down goes the sun. Down goes the sun. And as you make your way around the model, you have little QR codes here. You could click on, and it gives you more information of what you're looking at. So this model, the original model, the base part of this model was created for the 1964 World's Fair. And it's funded through donations. The Gulliver's Travel in Times Square, the Gulliver's Travel exhibit, Ben? The Gulliver's Travel exhibit stole a lot of art from a lot of artists here in New York. So I'm not very fond of those Gulliver's Travels people. Yeah, it's just like a drone. Just like a drone flying over the city. We're at 20,000 feet. Yeah, they stole artwork from a couple of artists in Coney Island. So I'm not very, and also I did try to live stream from, they wouldn't let me live stream from in there. So, yeah, we're in Flushing Meadows. We're in Flushing Meadows, not Fresh Meadows, Flushing Meadows. So not that far out. In a couple of weeks, we'll be going out there to Governor's Island. And we're gonna climb the hills in Governor's Island. Yeah, Gulliver's traveled down. Thank you so much, Brooklyn Honcho. Thanks for your support. As we're now directly above the Statue of Liberty. And then that's where I live. So let me show you how long. It took me about 95 minutes to get here today. So let me show you my subway trip. I started right there at 95th Street in Bay Ridge, and then I went up 4th Avenue, over the Manhattan Bridge. I went express up Broadway to 59th Street. Then I went in a tunnel underneath here. Then I hopped on a 7 train and we went kind of in this direction here. And then I ended up here, and then Flushing Meadows is right there. An R to an N to a number 7 train. So, went pretty far. Yeah, it's a travel scam. No, my arms are not tired now. So inside this room this is where the UN used to assemble. This was the first place where the United Nations used to assemble. This is where the original General Assembly used to be. In this room, the partition of Israel was created, and also the creation of UNICEF was created in this room. So before they built the Secretary's building over there at 42nd Street and the East Side, the UN used to meet in this room. Kind of amazing. This model composes of over about 300 panels, and you can see the panels. You can see how the panels are. So all these are panels, and they could take out the panel, repair it, clean it, dust it, and then place it back into the model. Compose art pieces over the model also. You imagine Lex Luthor just standing over, yeah. I'm a pretty busy guy. So here is Staten Island. St. George Ferry Terminal, right over there. The stadium, the stadium where the Staten Island Yankees play is not in the model. So right now, Jim, it's only updated building by building. So right now it's only updated building by building. But I think they're trying to get the funds together to do an overall update. The last time the entire model was updated was in 2004. So a lot of buildings in Billionaires Row are not there and all that. And yep, the new Yankee Stadium is in the model. Yes, it is. I don't know where SUNY Maritime College is in the Bronx, waitress. I'll try to show it to you. And here's how you know the city has changed a lot. So we're zooming in on Long Island City here in Queens. And the only tall building is that green one, the Citicorp building. Today, there's a whole new skyline here in Queens. So the Twin Towers are going to be updated when the entire complex is completed. So the Twin Towers are going to stay here on the model until the entire model is completed. Yeah, Newtown Creek is very polluted. Yes, the new Met Stadium is on the model. I will show it to you in a little bit. Yeah, you remember when it was just a Citicorp building? So it's by the Throsneck Bridge. Okay, when we come around the model here, I'll show it. It is spectacular. Yes, it is. There are the Throgsneck and Whitestone bridges. Now remember, the iconic New York City. Yeah, it would always be Shea Stadium. Brooklyn Honcho, I am 12 years old right now. I am a 12-year-old me right now staring at this thing. So, what was that comment there? All right, so Long Island. So the boroughs of Brooklyn and Queens are a part of Long Island. So this right here is Long Island. So Brooklyn and Queens are Long Island, and then Nassau County is where that wall is. So it is huge. It is huge. We have only walked around half of it at this point. We're getting up near the Narrows now. And like, we're always live streaming down there. And I gotta do the green belt one of these days. I gotta do the green belt and the Clove Lakes Park over there. So as we fly over Staten, and here is soon to be one of New York City's largest parks, Fresh Kills Landfill. The garbage dump is right there. Fun fact about the Fresh Kills landfill, it is technically taller than the Statue of Liberty, which is way over there. And look at it, the Staten Island Mall is not even built yet in the model. As we go over Staten Island, Brooklyn off in a distance now. It smells like a library in here, Brooklyn Honcho. It smells like a library in here. And to be honest, Brooklyn Honcho, this place smells exactly the same as it did when I was a kid. So now we're looking down Highland Boulevard. We have our highway, the highway right here, the Staten Island Expressway right there, and the Verrazano Bridge right up there. And then Coney Island is right over here. And then you can see, look at how the Twin Towers stick out over there. Look at that. If there's any one thing I like about this model in its current state, is that it really does give you an idea of what the Twin Towers were like on the skyline of New York City. They were quite impressive, quite imposing. And also, if you've never been to New York and you want to get an idea of the size of the place and where everything lines up, where everything is, this is a fantastic way to figure that out. Oh yeah, it's pretty amazing there, Brooklyn Honcho. So we're looking out towards Red Hook is towards the right-hand side of the screen. Manhattan is towards the left. And then as we make our way over here, starting out in the neighborhoods of Red Hook, Park Slope, Sunset Park, and then Bay Ridge near the bottom. And you see those big green spaces. The darker green space is Prospect Park, that's where we were yesterday, and the lighter green space just to the south of that, that is Greenwood Cemetery. I grew up right there. I grew up right here where the Verrazano Bridge is. Where I live today is where I grew up. I love my neighborhood and I live in a rent-controlled apartment, so I'm not leaving. Let's continue. Let's continue to fly around. Oh yeah, so many stories. It's New York, so countless stories can be talked about this place here. All right, so now we're over my happy place, Coney Island. So the amusement district is right here, and where that big green patch of grass is, that's where the stadium is today. They do still have rent-controlled apartments in New York, but not very many. The only reason why I have my rent-controlled apartment is because that's where I grew up. And when my parents moved out, I was handed over the lease. But I live right there. So I took the train from here, went all the way up 4th Avenue, then I went over the Manhattan Bridge, up Broadway, 59th Street underneath the river, then I hopped on the 7 train all the way over, and now we're here. That's how far I traveled today. Yep, grandfathered in. Let's zoom in on Coney Island. Ben Lung with a $5 super chat. Ben, thank you so much for the $5. Thanks for joining the $5 club. So you can see that's the cyclone. You can see the cyclone right there. And all the amusement districts. You could actually, if you look really closely, you can see the Wonder Wheel. The Wonder Wheel is there in the model, and the original Thunderbolt is in the model also. As nightfall, it's our 3rd nightfall here in the model. Down goes the sun. Down goes the sun. Down goes the sun. Yeah, I'll show you again where I'm in the model. I'm in the model right up there. But when we get over Queens, we'll show it to you again. So you see all the sunlight coming through the window underneath me here. So, and you can see the boardwalk. The boardwalk is right here. Let's zoom in on it. So you can see can you see the parachute jump? It's translucent. The parachute jump is translucent, but the parachute jump is in the middle of the screen right now. And then we make our way up the boardwalk. There's the cyclone, Wonder Wheel, the aquarium right there. That's where we have our summer concert series. And then we keep on going. There's Brighton Beach. And then we keep on going. Manhattan Beach. Right there. We cross over here. This is Sheepshead Bay. Then we keep on going here. This is Marine Park. Right up there. And Mill Basin, I think, is the next one up. I want to say this is Mill Basin right here. That looks pretty cool in the nighttime, right? As the sun comes up once again in the model. So far we've been here for 3 days. We've been here for 3 days. So Forest Park is in Queens. So this is the Rockaways right here. This is the Rockaways. This is Floyd Bennett Field, Jamaica Bay, and then JFK Airport. And Forest Park is right up here. That's Forest Park and all the other cemeteries up there. So this model took a little over 3 years to build, and 300 people it took to build this. So there's Forest Park. There's Forest Park right there in the middle of the screen. Forest Park, almost meeting up with the southern part of Flushing Meadows Park. Actually, you can see Starrett City. There's Starrett City right there in the middle of the screen. You once took the trolley to Forest Park. Nice. So you wonder how many times they had to start over. Quite a few times, Brooklyn Honcho. I know they were very nervous when the people were building this, because Robert Moses could veto any part of the model. He had final say over the original model. So this is extremely accurate. They used fire maps. They used fire protection maps to, fire insurance maps to build this. Oh wow, I took the trolley up there in 1945, 1946, wow. I will give anything to ride those old trolleys we used to have here in the city. And no doubt some of those trolleys would still be, will still come in quite in handy. Oh yeah, no, he was that kind of guy, Brooklyn Honcho. He would tell him just to start over. 55 Water Street is here, Nicholas. 55 Water Street is here. 55 Water is on the model. They dust this probably a few times a week. If you look closely, you can see 55 Water with its garden. It's right there at the first pier. But 55 Water is on the map. You would ride the Myrtle Avenue. Nice, that's pretty cool. Pretty amazing, huh? Is it beach season yet? Brooklyn Honcho, we are getting there, my friend. We are getting there. I cannot wait to go down here to my favorite beach. I go swimming right about there in Fort Tilden. That's where I go swimming. I ride my bike. I would ride my bike from Bay Ridge, make my way down along the waterfront, through Coney Island, down the boardwalk, across the way here, make my way down here, across Plum Beach, around here, and then I make my way all the way down Flatbush Avenue to my beach. Yeah, exactly. Every building outlined. I do live in the best place. I'm very central to everything. Like, I'm far away from everything, yet I'm central to everything. All right, so now we're going to be on top of JFK Airport here. So now I'm directly above the Rockaways. Want to see Orchard Beach? Orchard Beach is way over there. So when we get closer to Orchard Beach, actually, let me go to this little outlook over here, and I'll zoom in on Orchard Beach for you. So let's zoom in on Orchard Beach. It's this Orchard Beach right there. There's Orchard Beach, barely in the model. City Island right there. And there's a plane landing at LaGuardia. That's my favorite part of the model. The little plane taking off and landing at LaGuardia. Obviously, LaGuardia Airport going to look completely different in a few years. I'm directly above Forest Park. So here's Forest Park. Brooklyn Honcho with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Brooklyn Honcho, for the $2. So here's Forest Park right here. Isn't that cute? So this is Canarsie, Brooklyn, Starrett City, a big, ugly landfill that is today Shirley Chisholm Park. This is Howard Beach. And then we go into Broad Channel in the middle of Jamaica. There's Broad Channel, and then Rockaway Park right over there. So Jane's Carousel, Jane Brooks, is not in the model, and remember, it's really small, so it probably wouldn't be in the model. For every 100 feet in real life here on the model. So it's incredibly tiny. The Statue of Liberty is barely 3 inches tall. And Sarshak with a $2 super chat. Thanks for the potato chip fund. Look at the Twin Towers. We're looking from the east towards the west. Brooklyn Bridge, Manhattan Bridge, Williamsburg Bridge. But look at how the Twin Towers look on the skyline right there. That's probably the best reason why to come here and see this model. If you've never seen the Twin Towers in person, it really gives you an idea of what they used to look like. You could actually see Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island in the shot also. Governor's Island also in the shot there. Just to the south, just to the Manhattan and the Williamsburg bridges, you see the Brooklyn Navy Yard. I could easily spend a day in here. Yeah, the Twin Towers really did dominate the skyline. And this model really gives you an idea of what they used to look like. But now, let's do it one more time. Let's take my subway trip one more time. So we start here in Bay Ridge. I went up 4th Avenue. I made my way up to Flatbush Avenue and then up and over the Manhattan Bridge. Then I went up Broadway. I went up Broadway to about 59th Street. 59th Street, I went under the East River into Queens, and I connected with a number 7 train. Then took that number 7 train all the way out to here. And you can see the new City Field right there. And then you can see the Unisphere. Let's zoom all the way in. You can see the Unisphere and that little rectangular building. That's where we're at right now. That's where we're inside. You can see the Tent of Tomorrow, the Astral Fountain. This was done using fire insurance maps. And Empire State Building is right there in the middle of the screen. There's Empire State Building. You can actually see the United Nations Secretary's Building. So a lot of the steel from the original Twin Towers was actually recycled. A lot of it went to India for whatever reason. But they did create a fireboat using some of the reclaimed steel from the World Trade Center. And the fireboat is called the 343 or 343 in honor of the 343 firemen who lost their lives on September 11th, 2001. And that's where most of the steel went. It went to China. A lot of it went to India. The majority of it went to India, from what I have heard, anyway. But I know some of it made its way out to China. Some of it stayed here in the States. But my favorite fact is that some of it made a fireboat called the 343. Now, we have seen the 343 many times on the live stream. As we look out over the harbor. Yeah, downtown Brooklyn is missing a lot of the new buildings that comprise of the new downtown Brooklyn. As the sun goes down one more time. Nicholas, you said that 3 times, man. Get off 55 water, okay? I get it. It's small. Yeah, man. I get it. It's small. For every 100 feet on the model, it's an inch, and for every inch on the model, it's 100 feet in real life. Jesus Christ. Everything is small on the model. The bridges are tiny on the model. I mean, the Twin Towers are tiny on the model. This Statue of Liberty is barely 3 inches tall. The detail on the model is incredible, yes. It was worth a lot of money, Prometheus. It was a lot of material. It was worth that much, yeah. It was a lot of material. It's a very sophisticated ant farm, yes. We're in day 4, yeah, we're in day 4. So I cannot film in the museum, but there's a couple of great photography exhibits going on right now. There is also the permanent Tiffany exhibit, the Tiffany glass exhibit here in the museum. And then there's a couple of exhibitions about the gentrification of Queens that are very interesting. More than welcome, Smee. So now as we fly higher and higher above the city, final views here of the model. Have a great day, Prometheus. Have fun riding that motorcycle. Oh, Smooth Sanchez. You know, Twilight. You couldn't tell that Smooth Sanchez was streaming yesterday here in the Village when I was way over here in Prospect Park. You couldn't tell the difference. You said that Smooth Sanchez was coming for me, but how can he be coming for me if he was here in the Village and I was way the fuck over here in Prospect Park? I guess you Smooth Sanchez IRL IP2 fans don't really know the city, huh? But then again, if you think antagonizing people in the street is content, then may not be the most bright people, may not be the smartest people. That is the most worst content you could ever create. Oh, this is Twilight said Smooth Sanchez was coming for me yesterday. Please. Yeah, it's nice to know. Yeah, rare F-bomb, yeah. Thanks for sharing this, Girl in the Curl. Yeah, if you think, I feel bad for people who think antagonizing because it was a little joke. Okay. Is this better than antagonizing people in the street? I mean, I don't see the joke in that, to be honest. Like, where's the comedy in that? Where's the fucking comedy? Like, I'm gonna make more comedy off of making fun of than antagonizing people in the street, for God's sake. Anyway. Where we are. We're right here. Yeah, some people are bored. It does come with consequences, Brooklyn Honcho. It does. It does. Smooth Sanchez, man, he's gonna eventually get banned off of YouTube. Watch. I'm predicting that by the end of the year, he will be banned off of YouTube. Okay, so we are right there. And that little gray rectangle, that is the building that we're inside right now. So that's where we are right now. Yeah, something for his resume, yeah. I maced 8 people on live stream, then claimed to be a victim. Yeah, okay. Meanwhile, he's literally showing himself breaking breaking the law. Makes no sense. One of these days, there's going to be a person who comes for Smooth Sanchez, and it's not going to be funny. Good to see you, Cyclone Joe. We're actually just finishing up. We've been in here for an hour, staring at the world's largest architectural scale model. Let's look at Manhattan one last time. Oh, there is Long Island City and Brooklyn Honcho with another 99-cent super chat. Thank you so much, Brooklyn Honcho. What are 99 cents? There's Central Park. There's Billionaires Row in Midtown. There's the Empire State Building. As we make our way down, there's the Village. And of course, there's Lower Manhattan with the Twin Towers. And then you can see the Statue of Liberty, Governor's Island. There's downtown Brooklyn, the Williamsburg, Manhattan, Brooklyn bridges, Red Hook, Brooklyn. It's okay, Nibble. It's okay. There is what was it called? There's Sunset Park and Bay Ridge. And there's my little world. There's the Verrazano Bridge right there. Right? Central Park. Central Park. Definitely an essential So yesterday, 2 days ago, when we walked around Central Park, we started in the southern part. Hey, let me point here. So we started in the southern part. We made our way all the way up and around the reservoir, and then we made our way back down. So that's what we did the other day in Central Park. Let's look at the detail of Yankee Stadium, because we're directly above it. Come on, phone. There it is. There it is, Yankee Stadium, people. And that is a 3D printed building of Yankee Stadium right there. And of course, the Bronx River. As we go down the Bronx River, Randall's Island, Triborough Bridge. There's a Hellgate Bridge, and the Hellgate right here. Roosevelt Island in the middle. Now we're on the east. Williamsburg Bridge. There have been people who drop beverages on this a few times. East, as we make our way down the East River, Manhattan Bridge, Brooklyn Bridge, and then into New York Harbor. This model is nothing short of amazing. The Panorama. Now right here, they do have a bit of a touching area here, so you can get an idea of how tall the buildings are on the model. So you can see, this is the Empire State Building. Look, it's barely as tall as my hand. So about 14 inches is the Empire State Building. But now, I will show you one last thing before we go. Here comes the bonus, everyone. Let's go into visible storage. Let's go into visible storage. So now we have all these relics from this is from the 1964 World's Fair. Look, it's the tent of tomorrow. Yay! It's the tent of tomorrow. Those two pretty ladies are going to go in the elevator, and here come the creepy guys. Are there stairs? We want to creep out these women. We want to follow these women going all the way up. Gotta take the stairs. Stairs are right over there, Mr. Creepy Guys. This is called At the Fair. This is a film that depicts a day at the 1964 World's Fair. The moldoramas. But this is my favorite part. Look at this. Here's a model of the 1964 World's Fair. So we are inside this building right here. And we were here earlier today, and we went up to the Vatican Pavilion, and we walked all around up here. All right, you saw Dino? Did you see Dino? There's Dino. Dino, the Sinclair dinosaur. And MN with a $5 super chat. MN 2645, thank you so much for the $5 beer fund. Thank you so much. I'm glad you guys enjoyed this. Here's the Futurama building. Here's the Kodak building. Here's Progress Land. Let's sing the song one more time. It's a great... No, unfortunately, that work that are here in the museum. So guys, I certainly had fun. taking you around probably one of my favorite spots here in Flushing Meadows, Corona Park. One of my favorite things to see. I love staring at the panorama. So it was a hoot, and I want to thank here at the Queens Museum. But from the Queens Museum here at Visible Storage, this is Dutch Moss signing off. Have a fantastic Queens Day, whether you live here or not. I want you to hug your loved ones, cherish the moments, and good night, good afternoon, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are. I'll see you guys soon, folks. Bye-bye.